Studio.
Welcome to the show. Today, we're exploring the CIIO framework, the foundational logic stack behind top-tier project services AI prompt engineering. Can you start by explaining what CIIO is and why it was developed?
Absolutely. CIIO stands for Context, Instruction, In Scope, and Out of Scope. It's more than a design norm. It's an intellectual framework that brings clarity, alignment, and accountability to every AI-powered interaction. It was created to address issues like ambiguity and lack of focus in AI outputs.
That's a strong stance. How does this framework differ from more generic prompt structuring methods used elsewhere?
Where typical prompts might be open-ended or lack boundaries, CIIO offers a modular structure that precisely defines what's being asked, what's relevant, and what's not. This reduces risks like hallucination and ethical drift problems common in less rigorous architectures.
Staying with that idea, let's dig deeper. Why is rigorous prompt structure so critical for advanced AI systems, especially in enterprise or regulated environments?
Prompt structure is the blueprint that shapes how the AI interprets its environment and the user's goals. In high-trust sectors like healthcare or defense, even a minor mistake or misinterpretation can have major consequences. CIIO enforces logical boundaries to ensure outputs remain relevant and ethical.
So, in a way, CIIO acts as both an instruction manual and a safety net for AI behavior?
Exactly. Think of it as a combination of air traffic control and a firewall directing the AI's attention where it's needed while blocking off risky or irrelevant paths. This dual function is what sets CIIO apart in quality-driven environments.
Let's break down each CIIO component for clarity, starting with context. What does that encapsulate, and how does it guide the AI?
Context sets the stage. It defines the environment, purpose, and relevant details for the AI. For example, specifying if the user is drafting a business case or designing a compliance checklist. Without this, the AI might default to generic or irrelevant outputs.
Next is instruction. How does this differ from context, and why is the distinction important?
Instruction gives the AI clear, actionable steps. While context defines the why and where, instruction focuses on the how. This separation enables more precise, modular outputs, especially when requests are complex.
And the in-scope and out-of-scope elements, can you provide practical examples of their impact?
Certainly. In scope details what the AI should address, like summarizing a report, while out of scope defines off-limits areas, such as making legal recommendations. This keeps outputs compliant and reduces unintended consequences.
A hot topic in AI today is hallucination models inventing data or logic. How does the CIIO framework help suppress these errors?
CIO's out-of-scope definitions act as a tripwire. When the AI encounters a prompt outside its defined boundaries, it's trained to ask for clarification rather than guess. This is crucial. A study from Stanford found hallucinations dropped by over 60% when models were given explicit scope limits.
In practice, how does this look for the end user?
Users see more transparent, cautious outputs. Instead of bluffing, the AI might respond, "This information isn't in scope, can you clarify or provide a source?" This builds trust and reliability, especially in regulated industries.
Let's move from theory to practice. How is CIIO embedded into daily prompt engineering for TTPS agents and assistants?
Every prompt or assistant starts with CIIO scaffolding. Whether it's generating a training module or a compliance checklist, context, instruction, and scope are always explicit. For instance, workforce development prompts specify which frameworks to use and what topics to avoid.
Does this increase complexity for developers or streamline their workflow?
Surprisingly, it streamlines development. By front-loading boundaries and objectives, teams save time on revisions and reduce ambiguity. Over time, this modularity also supports easier scaling across clients and domains.
Another distinctive feature is the TTPS control prompt stack. Could you walk us through the 5 core control prompts and their roles?
Of course, the stack includes self, reflection, 2, level learning, responsible AI, ethical use, anti-hallucination, and feedback alignment. Each acts like a mini operating system. For example, self-reflection prompts the AI to review its own output for clarity and scope before moving on.
How do these controls interact to ensure compliance and continuous learning?
They're layered. After every major response, the AI self-assesses, checks for hallucinations, verifies ethical alignment, and invites user feedback. It's a closed feedback loop. Errors are caught, corrections are made, and improvements are learned for future tasks.
Let's talk ethics. How does TTPS's responsible AI policy go beyond just meeting legal requirements?
Great question. TTPS enforces not just compliance, but true ethical behavior. For example, AI is never allowed to generate deceptive content or handle protected health information without explicit consent. All outputs must be traceable and auditable. This ethics by design approach is embedded in every prompt stack.
So, in effect, the AI is designed to halt or redirect any task that even approaches a gray area?
Precisely. If a user prompt risks breaching privacy or ethical norms, the AI pauses, flags it, and offers compliant alternatives. This is essential for building long-term trust in enterprise AI systems.
Can you share some real-world scenarios where the CIIO framework and control stack have delivered measurable value?
Absolutely. In workforce development, CIIO-based prompts have been used to generate customized charters and curriculum guides aligned to Lean and PMBOK standards. In healthcare, the out-of-scope controls prevented unauthorized analysis of patient data, ensuring HIPAA compliance.
Are there measurable outcomes or statistics that highlight the impact?
Yes. TTPS observed a 40% reduction in user-flagged errors and a 25% increase in user confidence in outputs when CIIO and the control stack were applied, as measured by post-session surveys and compliance audits.
Let's explore the continuous improvement aspect. How do self-reflection and 2-level learning prompts help the AI evolve over time?
Self-reflection prompts the AI to analyze its performance after each major output, tasking if it met objectives, stayed within scope, and used verifiable data. 2-level learning goes further by abstracting patterns from user feedback and applying them across different tasks, a bit like how humans learn from both specific errors and overall trends.
Is there a practical example of this adaptive behavior?
Certainly. If a user requests a more concise format or a specific tone, the AI notes that and applies it not only to the current prompt but to future ones, regardless of context. This reduces rework and ensures the model gets smarter with every session.
Switching gears, let's address governance and intellectual property. How does TTPS protect its CIIO methodology and ensure scalability across clients?
CIIO is a trademarked framework, and any use of its logic or derivatives must be licensed or authorized by TTPS. This protects both the IP and quality standards. The modular design also allows CIIO to be applied across industries, whether it's a single workflow or an enterprise-wide deployment.
How does this proprietary structure support rapid scaling and customization?
By embedding compliance, structure, and learning controls into every agent, TTPS can rapidly adapt solutions for new clients while maintaining consistency and traceability, a must-have for high-stakes, multi-domain rollouts.
Looking ahead, how do you see the CIIO framework shaping the next generation of responsible enterprise AI systems?
CIIO is setting the bar for what responsible AI should look like: transparent, modular, and built for learning. As regulatory scrutiny of AI increases, frameworks like CIIO will become essential for demonstrating compliance, fostering trust, and supporting safe innovation.
For organizations just starting with AI, what's your advice for adopting a CIIO-style approach?
Begin by making context, instruction, and scope explicit in every prompt or agent you build. Integrate control prompts for self-reflection, learning, and ethical alignment from day one. This creates a foundation for sustainable, high-quality AI adoption, no matter how complex your use case becomes.
Elevate Studio.